Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and this is going to be one whole video that is going to cover the weekly readings for your star sign. And I do apologize that I couldn't do them on 12 separate videos for your convenience, because I had a health issue and wasn't in shape last week. So this format will have to do at least for now. So the week is the forecasts here are going to be for the week August 18th to August 24th, 2025. And as it is important to listen to your sun sign, meaning the sign that you are born under, also is important to listen to your moon and as well rising sign, because the moon sign, oops, a poltergeist here. The moon sign is going to give you an idea how the events that are going to happen to you are going to make you feel, whether you're going to love them, hate them, whether you're going to be eager for them, and so on and so forth. The rising sign is more of a guidance. That interpretation is going to give you an idea what is going to be the best approach that you can take. The sun sign, obviously, it's what kind of a week you're going to have ahead, what type of events you are going to face, and so on and so forth. And so with that said, I'm going to run down the ecliptic here. I'm going to start with Aries and I'm going to end up with Pisces, and the star sign glyphs and illustrations are going to appear right there on my right hand side, so you can keep up track with them. And finally, if you want to have a personal reading with me, you can go to my website, which link you can find in the description down below. And there on the front page, you can see full list of my services and also their pricing. So with that said, the first star sign that I'm going to read for, that will be Aries. So right now you're going to see the illustration of Aries and also its glyph. And with that said, let's make the draw. So the first card for Aries, we have a Six of Cups. Very nice start for the week. With the second one, that is a Two of Cups. It gets even better. The third one, that is going to be the Moon here. So these are the three cards for Aries. And this week is going to be primarily focused on your interactions, commitments, and as well relationships here, which many of them are going to be pretty much fated, as we do have the Moon card being next to the Six of Cups. Most of them are going to be fated, but all of them are going to be interactions and commitments which you are pretty much going to enjoy. For one of the reasons, the primary reason for that is going to be the individual from the other side, or I should say the entity from the other side, will be pretty reciprocal to you and very, very open. It's going to be very, very unusual and unlikely for you to face any kind of, for example, silent treatment, any kind of withhold of a information, or any kind of suspicious and even surreptitious behavior from the other side. So it's going to be a pretty open interaction here. And to top it all off, the other entity, the other side of the party, also is going to be willing to pull their weight. And that is going to be a state that you will pretty much going to enjoy. Other than that, pretty peaceful week for you, Aries, where any kind of task, chore, or responsibility that it will be driven to you, or you will decide to undertake for yourself, will have a very enjoyable part into it. So for the most part, this is going to be a very pleasant week, aside from the commitments, and the commitments are going to be even better than that. So next one, that will be Taurus. First card, it is the Devil. Second card, it is the Lovers. And the third one, that will be Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so these are pretty much the three cards for you, Taurus. And this is an interesting week because you are going to accumulate throughout the week a lot of influence over the situations and the projects and the undertakings in general that you are going to be involved in, to a point where it will not gonna matter what needs to be done. All that is gonna matter is what you want to do. Okay, with your date, for example, or with your job, with the resources available, and so on and so forth. And the good part about these cards is that Knight of Pentacles to the Devil card, which points that while you're going to have all that influence, dominance, and power, let's put it that way, over everything around you, you will not going to be unreasonable. It's instead of abusing it, because many people, you know, when they are in a position of power, they like to kind of like abuse it and strata with it, or strutting with it. You are actually going to apply it in a very effective manner, so true results in your endeavors are to be accomplished. And your expectations here from this week is to, or what is expected from you to end up in this week is going to be to have a pretty consistent progress, either everywhere, at work, in your love life as well, in your social, and step by step to accumulate, like I said, results, progress, and to get closer and closer to a point where it's just your life will become much more simple in a sense of sight for the future. It's quite difficult to explain it, but simply you're not going to have to deal with a complicated situations by the end of this week. Hopefully you're not going to get yourself involved in such going forward from the end of a 24th. But for the most part, for the duration of this week, you're going to have all the means to fulfill your yearnings, and you're going to do it the smart way around rather than the forceful way around. Next one, that will be Gemini. We have the Page of Swords for you, first one, followed by Eight of Pentacles, and the third one, that will be Temperance. It's pretty interesting here because this week you will have to clash with a person who simply does not want to do their job. Or like, or don't want to reciprocate. Maybe it is the best way how I can put it here. My point is that there are some aspects or responsibilities that this person needs to address, because you both are involved in it, not just only two of you, but probably other people as well, and that one will simply refuse to attend to these details, to attend to these aspects and responsibilities as well. That is because this individual will have a different perception on the situation, and for them, what it is important otherwise for your boss, for them is going to be just irrelevant. You know, it's like out of the blue, that person will decide to take matters in their own hands, call the shots where it is not their place to do so, and simply strive forward, driving everyone around kind of crazy, you included. There is a merit in their sight and in their view over the situation, the project, and the matter, but it's just the name of the game for your week is finding the right measures to get a common ground with that one, so you can work together, so you can push and move forward together. Now imagine that is your spouse or person of interest that you expect them to behave in a certain way, or expect them to fulfill a promise, and out of the blue, they've actually decide that it is not important for them to do so. Quite rough, isn't it? So it's important to address the matter with understanding, and avoid at all cost, at least according to these cards, at all cost direct confrontation with a ultimative nature. What I mean is that there should always be a back door for that one, that they can retreat, because otherwise, if you put the matter in a way, whether you take it or leave it, they are going to leave it. Next one, that will be Cancer. The Empress, Page of Wands, Ten of Swords. So this week actually is gonna slow down for you, and if you had a crazy experiences previous week, like super dynamic development, and there are a lot of things moving around, a lot of around turns, especially if you have felt that you're with your back against the wall in a certain subject, and you had to render your decision or make a actions that you rather avoid, this week is going to be nothing alike. Actually, that week you will find yourself, for the most part, being withdrawn from the midst of all that craziness, all that activity, having time for respite and catching your breath in general. And that will give you time, not just only to make some very important decisions about your life, because that is what the week is all about, decisions that will serve everyone for the greater good, but also is going to give you a time or rather space to plan. This is a week of you planning your career, or planning your love life, or planning your family, planning your home. And at least according to these cards, this plan is going to be created in a very objective and also responsible way away from you. But the best part, just from a standpoint of day-to-day routine for you, Cancer, is that it will be very peaceful, and you will not going to be pressed nor a single second about anything. So you're definitely gonna have some time to catch your breath here. Right, next, that will be Leo. King of Wands, the Moon, the Chariot, you will have to deal with that person that always knows best, and it's always against the wind of change, if I may put it that way. That is someone who is trying to fight fate And in your particular case here, I do suspect that is either your boss or someone that has a lot of influence over you, someone that you just can't say no to under the given circumstances, like your boss. And in this week, there will be a subject with an overwhelming odds. Simply, for example, a client that cannot be satisfied, or a project that just can't be developed, right? Or a deed that just can't happen. And that one is going to stand out and tell you, do it. Right? It's going to point with the finger and it's going to say, do it. And you will be stuck with that endeavor. The best way to handle that is to overwhelm them with the pleasantries and nice experiences, like a nice gifts, flattering, and so on and so forth. That is what the King of Wands pretty much likes. And just so you can kind of like pass the time, because that thing that they are gonna make you do, or they will ask you, well, it's not going to be really asking, command you to do, will become pretty obvious that simply it's a fool's errand. It's going to become obvious to that King of Wands, and they will retract it on a later stage. It will be rough for you to go through all that process, having to fight windmills. That is that is an expression from a book. It's basically fool's errand, and getting nowhere, wasting your time, wasting your nerves, scraping your nerves rather, and just going through a very stressful period of time just because someone doesn't know what they're talking about. All right, next, Virgo. That fighting windmills, it's from Don Quixote. That expression. For Virgo, the lovers, it is the first one. Ace of Pentacles, it is the second. Six of Swords, it is the third. You're gonna hate it for what I'm gonna say. But according to these cards, this week will become apparent that a development of yours is just not happening this week. You may be hoping that, for example, someone is going to call you. You may be hoping that you're going to be given the project. It won't. That is a specific development that you do hope for, that you do hope that there is going to be that rare opportunity for you to involve yourself into and to become part of it. At least according to these cards, it isn't happening. So you're not going to get what you want, but you're going to get what you need. And yes, there is going to be a different kind of opportunity, something that you haven't sought for, something that you haven't thought for, something that you did not want it, at least at that point, but it is there. And it will involve a pretty bold move from you to take on, a move that probably you haven't thought of you being capable of doing. And it will be normal if you're pretty scared or afraid of doing it. But once you make the first step, you will see that in reality there was nothing for you to be afraid of. and you can only improve from there on moving forward. It is like, you know, not getting that opportunity is gonna feel like hitting the rock bottom, and where can you go from there? You know, only upwards. And that ladder is gonna be let down for you. So I suggest you start climbing it. It will make your life very harmonious, and it's gonna make so certain concerns and issues that you do have start resolving themselves on their own accord. Next one, that will be Libra. King of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. So I do suspect that this involves a bargain you're making right now, because what we have here is a person very ossified in their ways. That is just someone that does not budge. You propose something different, something new, they tell you you're out of your mind. You know, your grandma was always doing things differently, right? Like proposing a different type of a cooking recipe to enrich a current one, and they tell you this is how your grandma did it, this is how we are going to do it, right? And while they're very professional into the subject of your confrontation or your negotiation, they definitely don't know everything. But for now, what you need to know it is that their expertise is going to do the job thus far. Maybe not as effective as you hoped for, but is going to do the job. So together, well, it's not really fair to say together, because if you want them by your side, you just have to follow their lead. They are going to develop a quite effective strategy for you to resolve certain concerns that you went to them with in the first place. And that is going to be the week where they're going to be ready with this strategy, or with this effective method for you to resolve either health issue, financial issues, banking issues, law issues, and any kind of issues that a professional is involved in them. Next one, it will be Scorpio. Uh, Four of Wands, Ten of Cups, the Empress. This is going to be one of these weeks for a Scorpio where there are going to be unimportant doings that we are going to be made of doing that. All right, so we're going to be expected, and not just only expected, but made to address certain matters that we don't want to address. But if we do not address those matters, the development we're doing right now will not going to grow in any way, shape, or form. And this is going to be the week where we are going to have to address those matters. I am Sun in Scorpio, so let me give you just an example with myself, completely fictional. I hate wearing suit. In fact, I don't remember me wearing suit. Okay, it's something that I feel very awkward in, very uncomfortable in, and just it's not my thing, right? I don't want to wear a suit under any circumstances whatsoever. But imagine I'm offered a really good job that requires me wearing suit every single day because I do work in an office of a corporation. Should I decline the job just because I hate wearing suits? So it's something I have to just simply make my peace with. And that is what we have here for us. That is going to be a week where we're simply going to make a peace with a thing we don't want to do, we don't want to be a part of, but we have to if we want to excel, either in our love life or either in our career. You may not like to give flowers. You may be feeling very awkward gifting flowers to your girl, right? And awkward and shameful and whatnot. But if you do want to get along with the girl you love, that's going to be the way. And you just have to break yourself to do it. I'm just simply giving it as as a example here. And yeah, that's going to be a week where it's going to be dappled with that kind of activities, and probably we're going to be very exhausted at the end, but we're going to feel very good because that will finalize important cycles of our development and is going to move us to the next stage of our lives. Next, Sagittarius. Knight of Swords, the Tower, the World. You are going to have an epiphany this week. An epiphany that will basically gonna get you to a further point than you are right now, either career-wise or either relationship-wise, or I should say it that way, an epiphany how to make a current existence, I'm sorry, or a current development exactly the way you want it to develop. There was a small issue that you will have to start from the scratch. You just have to start from the very, very beginning of it. Like you are trying to build a business isn't going the way you want it to go, and you have an epiphany how to make it to go away the way you want it to go. You just have to start it from scratch, at least according to these cards. The good thing, obviously that is the bad thing, that you have to start from scratch. The good thing is that it doesn't have to end, because we're, at least according to these cards, we were talking about a subject in your life that is near its end. Either your boyfriend or a girlfriend is almost left you, are almost leaving you, or you are almost out of job, or you're almost out of money. Wherever you are almost out of, this is where the restart can take place. That is, of course, your choice, whether you're gonna restart it or not, entirely up to you. But this is where the restart can take place, and start building it from scratch. The way how you can restart it, at least according to these cards, obviously is going to be very individualized depending on what situation you're in, but it will be an option that will just going to make sense to you, and when you think about it, it's going to be an option that you will also going to like. So it's a saving grace, yes, one with the sacrifice, but it always, good things always comes with a price and with a cost to them. Next, Capricorn. Page of Pentacles, the Lovers, Four of Wands. Wow. First time seeing Page of Pentacles in a very negative light, out of a position in a spread. So that's going to be a week where there will be a person very close to you, in fact, that will hate being around you. In fact, at least according to these cards, is going to hate everything about you. And it is not personal, right? In the sense of that it's not like you are a bad person. It's just, you know, your lives or your universes are completely different. You stand for certain things, they stand for the opposite. You're just not gonna know it. That is a person who needs something you have, and it will basically go against their own beliefs, code of conduct, and entire being to get it. So you Capricorn, you do have a traitor amongst your ranks, and probably someone that it is showing the most loyalty at that point towards you, the most dedication, the biggest loyalty, and the biggest reliability as well. That is until they get what they need, and then they're gonna leave you. So don't be surprised when that happens. How can you recognize that one? Again, that is someone who puts you first, or at least that is how it seems, puts you first in front of their own needs. But that is not the case, because their primary need is you trusting them, so to give them what they truly need. Okay, next, Aquarius. Ten of Pentacles, King of Wands, of Cups, I'm sorry, not of Wands, but of Cups, Queen of Wands. So for Aquarius, a massive proposal coming in this week, a proposal that you either applied for or hoped for back in the days. It did not came back then, right? But it is coming this week, a massive one that will basically arrange your life, at least according to these cards. Is going to put your life, your existence in a very comfortable place, and is going to make you quite independent. The way that I see it here is that, for example, if it is a business proposal, you're not going to have to think about money for the day-to-day expenses like ever again if you take it, right? Being quite independent from that perspective. This proposal, though, is gonna carry on certain requirements towards you, like finishing a certain type of qualification or learning some kind of a skill. You know, you're not, at least according to these cards, you're not gonna be fit right in, but you will be fit enough to give it a go and to start. This is a proposal or an offer that, if you think about it carefully, you will find literally no freaking reason to decline it. Another thing that can happen to you throughout the weekend, that is going to happen for the majority of you actually, is that someone from your past is going to try to make contact again with you. and the reason is that they have always loved you. All right, that may not be intimate love. It may be they always loved you as a friend, or always loved you as a family member, or always intimately loved you as well. That is also a possibility. They will try to make a contact with you that on a basis that they have learned their lesson. Now, whether you're going to allow them back in your life or not is entirely up to you. There may be a bit what was the word, oh my god, it escaped my mind. Yeah, falter, but not the word is not falter. Well, I can use that synonym. They may falter a bit when they try to make their case. So be a bit more understanding. It is my plea to you. If not, well, send them on their way. And last but not least, that will be Pisces. Oh, little one. Fumble was the word that I was searching for Aquarius. They may fumble here and there. So you've been understanding, it's going to go a long way. Right, Pisces, King of Pentacles. It is the first card for you guys and girls. 10 of Swords. It is the second and the third one, that is 7 of Wands. So we do have a person who is giving you a second chance. That is one of the situations, you know, when when that individual kind of like played tough and told you, hey, if you do not agree with me, there is the door, with the hope that you will not gonna take the door, but you took it. Now they're coming to make peace. Well, actually, this is what the card says, that it is them giving you a second chance, because, you know, the cards are not emotionally affiliated, and it started from them. They gave you the choice, so they are giving you a chance to correct that choice. But actually, it is you who is plead to give a second chance to the endeavor and to the enterprise. Now, according to the understanding and the mindset of that individual King of Pentacles, there are quite a lot of things you still can do together, whether business-wise or whether intimate-wise. According to them, your time for both of you have not yet came. You will recognize that person as someone who is used to dispose of a lot of resources, and to always kind of like get on top on the situations, even if it is not in a forceful way. Actually, it very seldom it's in a forceful way. And what is going to force their hand to actually act on this, can I put it into words, on the situation, so they can ask you again, it's because they're going to start seeing that you are wanted elsewhere. And so this is going to do it for the star signs. Again, I do apologize for not being able to make 12 separate, more extensive and informative videos. I'm okay now. Okay, I went through the crisis, the health crisis, and I'm going to get back to schedule from the next week moving forward. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you liked it. Hopefully it's going to give you the information you need to make informative decisions for your situations that you are in. If you do enjoy the content of the channel, you can subscribe to it. If you haven't already, leave a like, comment on any video you like as well. If you feel the need to do so, and if you think that these videos can help someone you know, you can share the channel and the video you think that can help with that person. Other than that, hopefully we're going to see each other next time, and until then, bye.